Alright, Insta360 is on a roll now. They just released the anti-gravity drone like a few days ago, and now they're releasing this. This is the Insta360 GO Ultra, the successor to the GO 3S. The GO 3S is basically this ultra compact camera that can mount onto your chest, onto your cap. You can just mount on different places. It's a really portable beast. Now, I had the GO 3S back then, and I remembered feeling that I wanted a more robust one with updated specs. So is this it? Is this camera the ultimate vlogging camera? Let's find out. Okay. Real quick disclaimer before I start this video. This is in fact a sponsored video from Insta360. They did sponsor this video and send me this camera, and I get to keep this camera. But all of the opinions that I'm saying is genuinely true because I do really love this camera, and I got a lot of small little knickknacks to share with you guys that I think you guys would find interesting. The first one is durability. Okay, funny story, I was in Japan a few weeks ago testing out this camera and I dropped this camera. It was a really funny story. Basically, I was using this, it was mounted onto the quick release like this, pressed on it, and the ball head popped off and the whole camera fell onto the ground. And it was like concrete hard floors. I was for sure expecting this camera to break, but surprisingly it didn't. So the only impact that it had was the camera lens protector. The camera lens protector is easily replaceable, so I could just replace this. So this is what the lens looks like, and this is just a protector. So I was expecting it to scuff up on a lot of places. Guess what? There isn't a single scratch. This is crazy. Look at that. I think maybe if you were really to pixel peep, you could see like a little bit of a scuff here, but honestly, the entire device is literally fine. If this is one of the concerns you have, I've already done an involuntary drop test for you. So this is the Insta360 GO Ultra. This is such a great little form factor. I love it so much. You can go up to 4K 60 frames per second. This is a very familiar setting if you own any Insta360 products. Pop this out. Look at that. That is so cute. And this becomes a wireless monitor. The line over here, so basically this line means horizontal, right? And if you were to rotate it, that means vertical. So it literally shifts into a vertical video. Hold on, let me just rotate this. Look at that. So now we have a vertical video. Look at my double chin. And then if we rotate it, it becomes a horizontal video. If you press on this hidden button, it'll then vibrate and start recording. Okay, so how it stores the videos that you have is through this little slot over here. And over here on the port, basically when you put it in, it charges the port. So this is like the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, just a regular vlogging camera. And when you want, you have the ability to pop it off. On the back of the camera, this circle over here, it's actually a magnetic panel. And you can just basically magnetize it to any metal magnetic surfaces and start recording. It's just so seamless and so easy. How this is metal, so it's just nice to sort of know that there's a magnet on the bottom to sort of secure it in place. Or we can also just stick it over here with the magnet and just press it and start recording like that. It's just so much more convenient. When you're out with your friends and you just want to capture this organic moment of you and your friend talking, it's just really weird and awkward to whip out a tripod, open up the tripod, set up your camera on a base plate, screw in the base plate. So much friction for you to just set up a tripod and get a shot. But basically, if you find a metal surface, you could just magnetize this and start filming you and your friends talking. It's just so organic, so raw. It's meant for on-the-go vlogging moments. But what if you do not have a magnetic surface to stick this on? You have this. These are sticky tabs. So basically, these are quick release mounts that you can use to clip onto like this. This then becomes your sticky pad. Now you have a sticky pad that you can paste anywhere on any non-magnetic surfaces. And I did try it on a lot of different surfaces. I tried it on glass, I tried it also on sort of like concrete walls, And yeah, it held up perfectly. These are very strong. And to remove it, all you're gonna do is just pluck it out, and there we go. Okay, next up is this pivot stand. It's more of like a suction cup, and you can just paste it and let it suck onto different surfaces, and it stays put. So you can actually like mount it up to a wall or somewhere high up, so you can get this high-angled CCTV style shot. So what you can do is use this quick release mount to just mount your camera like that. It looks like this, and you can just use the ball head to pivot however you want. If you want to still monitor yourself, you can just mount the entire camera on it like this. Okay, now the next mounting method is one that I think a lot of people will like. It's this. This is the magnetic pendant mount. What you do is you wear this mount like this. You're having this side facing out, and in your shirt, you can just magnetize your camera. Let me just show you. It is actually really strong. I don't know what they did with these because I think it's just a bigger surface area. It feels stronger than the Go 3S. I don't know why. It really feels very secure. That you can actually have it vertically like this, and look, it mounts into position. Look, it rotates into position. So you could either have it vertical or you could have it landscape. I just usually leave it in my shirt, so whenever I do need it, I can just pop it on and get some POV style shots. Now the next method is a lot more traditional. It's just basically the 2-in-1 tripod stick along with this part of the pivot stand, the ball head. Either mount this on or just mount the entire camera on and use this as sort of a vlogging setup for your video. So this is just another method. And the very last method is this. This is a cap mount, a head mount. It actually has these grooves over here to lock itself in place, clipped onto either some sort of a surface, or you could use this part over here and just clip it on your cap and just have like a top-down shot of whatever you're doing with your hand. I think the whole vibe for this camera is mount it anywhere, because you literally can mount it anywhere. Okay, now let's talk specs of this little camera. This camera can shoot up to 4K 60 frames per second. Now that is pretty much insane because 4K 60 on such a tiny device, you would expect the videos to not be so good. But surprisingly, it's pretty good because inside we have a 1/1.28-inch sensor, and the Insta360 GO 3S has a 1/2.3-inch sensor. So this is significantly larger of a sensor. I'm not going to go too much into detail, but what that means is basically you can get better low light image quality. Okay, so basically if you don't know what horizon lock is, check this out. So we have 45 degrees. So basically 45 degrees, look, whenever you turn, the camera doesn't rotate with you. Let me show you linear first. Look at that. I mean, this is just obeying the laws of physics, right? But when you go over to 45 degrees, it disobeys the laws of physics. You literally can't rotate it unless you pass by 45 degrees and it'll sort of rotate with you. You can correct your bad leveling. So if you're off level and you're tilting your camera on a very uneven rocky surface, you can still get a very level image. And over here we have 360 degrees, so it crops in slightly a bit more. And look at this. This is just pure magic, really, regardless of how I turn. And now next up, I want to talk about photos. This can shoot 50 megapixel photos. That is absolutely crazy. There's 12.5 megapixels and 50 megapixels, and I love the photos that come out of this. It is absolutely sharp, stunning. There's a really nice pop of color. It handles high dynamic range scenarios very well. So under broad daylight, it just pops and looks amazing. Real quick, I just want to show you the gesture and voice recognition feature on this. So the gesture, look at that. I can just do like a peace sign and it'll start counting down. And it'll shoot a 50 megapixel photo just like that. Put up a high five sign and it will start recording your video for you. So there is also voice recognition, which is really interesting. You can just say, take photo. And look at that, it takes a photo of me, start recording. Wow, look at that, and it starts recording a video. Turn off camera. What? That is insane. It's like I'm like commanding it to do things. Okay, next up, one really underrated feature is the ability to connect with the Insta360 Mic Air. And now it should be in pairing mode. And look at that, it instantly pops up. Insta360 Mic Air. And just within a few seconds, it's now connected. Look at that. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is battery life. The battery life of the GO 3S, while it was decent, it was still very small and limiting. So one really good thing about this is that it's so much larger in form factor, which also means the battery life is improved. Now, however, I do see myself using this not just as the camera standalone by itself for the entire day. I do see myself plugging it back in every now and then because it really feels like a feature where I only need whenever I'm in a sort of tight situation. Let me share with you a little bit. I was at Disneyland with my girlfriend a few weeks ago. I absolutely love Japan's Disneyland. It was a very magical experience, and there were some rides that just didn't feel right to bring like an entire camera and start filming because maybe cameras are just not allowed in that ride. So to secretly film, I sort of just have the camera in my palm like this, and I walk into a ride just having the camera like that. So a lot of the shots that I took were actually just with this pod by itself. But whenever I exit the ride and I would just put it in my pocket, I would always sort of have the conscious effort to recharge the camera as well. This is still a pretty small form factor for an action camera. So this is sort of the default that I like to use the camera in. It just so happens that I am able to pop it off and get shots where I magnetize it to a wall, to a pillar. It'll only be an issue if this whole entire pod runs out of battery, which I'm happy to report has never happened to me at Disneyland. So we spent an entire day there. I did reach like 10% by the very end of the day. It did give me all day battery life. So yeah, to close off this video, I'm just gonna show you a little bit of my Disneyland journey with my girlfriend and show you some of the shots that I got there.
We are here! Yes. Wanna say hi to my vlog?
Hello vlog.
Hello vlog. Oh my god. I'm gonna get that. You ended up picking the silver one. It looks good.
Come on, we need to go.
So we're gonna go for rides now. Mickey Mouse.
I'm not Mickey Mouse, I'm a girl.
Minnie Mouse.
Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video. I love this camera so much. I just want to give you some final thoughts. So a lot of people do just want a portable digital camera to bring around, and this does take very good photos as well. I have used it for a lot of photos, and yeah, I have no complaints about the photos. Also, one thing that I didn't really touch on much in this review is the software experience when it comes to the Insta360 app. Simply connect it on my phone, and within like 3 seconds, I could just literally see my entire library of photos, and it's so latency free. If the objective is to be better than the Go 3S, to be the successor of Go 3S, I do think that this has achieved that. It is better in every single way. It's better in terms of the build quality, it's better in terms of the handling, it's better in terms of the battery life, in terms, oh my god, see, I dropped it in better in terms of the durability. Look at that. I just dropped it and nothing at all. My name is Declan Joston Tan, and thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this helped you in your purchasing decision for the Insta360 GO Ultra. It is in every way better than the Go 3S. Alright, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.